Take a comfortable seat. Close your eyes. Find the natural uprightness of your spine, but without any tension. Allow your spine to be relaxed at the same time as it is upright. Find this balance. Maybe run a scan from the top of your head all the way to the bottom of your feet, noticing how your body feels today, the physical sensation in this very moment. And then if you feel any tension, just consciously relax. Maybe spend a couple more seconds in that spot, letting go, breathing into that spot. And once you feel comfortable with your body, start observing your breath. And first, just register whether it is deep or shallow, long or short, without trying to change anything. And then see if you can make your breathing a little bit softer and a little bit longer on the exhale. So maybe you can count 4 counts on an inhale and 6 counts on an exhale. But don't force it. If it doesn't come easily to you today, don't worry about it. Just pay attention without trying too hard. But if this rhythm is available, then just enjoy it. And maybe lengthen your exhale a little bit more. 4 counts on an inhale and 7 counts on an exhale. Notice if your belly is tense or soft. If you have any tension in that area, maybe you can soften it. Sometimes it's not that easy. So as always, try to be kind to yourself with everything you attempt today. And then if it feels comfortable, extend your exhale just a little more. 4 counts on an inhale and 8 counts on an exhale. And slowly come back to your regular breath. Grab your knees with your hands and allow your spine to completely round, tucking your chin into your chest. Maybe move your shoulders up and down if that feels good. Maybe sway your body from side to side. And then come back to center. Take your hands into a prayer in front of your heart. And set your intention for the practice today. And I would like our communal intention today to be self-discovery. Self-discovery on a physical level, what your body can and cannot do, and being okay with both. And self-discovery on a psychological level. Every pose, or almost every pose, usually we come into it with some expectation. In some poses, you know, oh no, that's going to feel awful, or that's going to feel good, or I'm going to be happy when I master it. So just pay attention to those little thoughts during your practice today and see if you can relax them. See if you can be in any pose without expectation, without agenda, just enjoying the moment. And let's begin our practice with one Om together. Inhale. And relax your hands. And if you'd like to do circles with your body, 3 in one direction and 3 in the opposite. Maybe today exaggerate the movement of your head. Of course, only if it feels good. And then when you're done with your circles, come back to sit up. Take the soles of your feet together and put a bolster like this or like this, whatever you need to feel comfortable. So don't try to make it a very deep forward fold, just a little bit to wake up your body. To allow it to open up gently. And from this very pose, start your self-discovery. Maybe run a scan once again over your entire body, noticing the physical sensations. And then when you are done with the physical part, maybe you can explore your thoughts. Are you kind to yourself in this pose? Or are you not happy about the way it looks or it feels? Or are you even here? Are you shopping in Mega? Or doing something completely different from what your body is doing right now? And it's hard to do, but try to drop the judgment and really just observe. And slowly come back. Take your bolster behind your back and put your hands on it. Straighten your legs forward. And allow your heart to open up a little bit. Maybe point your toes if that feels good. Maybe flex your feet if it feels good. So whatever, move your feet in whatever way. Maybe your legs. Just opening up. And slowly come back. Take your legs in this position when your right leg is bent forward and your left leg is bent back. Maybe you need a blanket or a block to put one of your sits bones on so that you don't feel lopsided. So find that there's no rush. And we'll work with the knees a little bit today. So we'll start with the somatics exercise. Remember, with the somatics, try to move as slowly as it is possible. Maybe your eyes are closed and pay attention to your entire body, to what is happening, how the movement is happening in your entire body. So take your either hand, right or left, doesn't matter, whatever feels more comfortable, to your right knee. To your right knee. That one. Yeah, this is right. And do you know this one? Well, it doesn't matter. We'll do both. So it doesn't matter. You just have different legs. It doesn't matter. No, that's perfectly fine. We do both legs anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. So, and then giving resistance with your hands, so really resisting the movement, take your knee up as much as it feels okay. Because it may feel, whenever you start feeling discomfort or pain, make sure you back off a little bit. And then when you reach your limit, then allow your hand to win this race, but keep resisting with the knee. So you just go back and forth, or rather up and down, providing very gentle resistance between the hand and the knee. Maybe close your eyes and notice how your body moves. It's not only your knee that moves. It's your hip, maybe your sit bone, maybe your back arms. And even if the movement is barely noticeable, still you're working. So pay attention. And then slowly open your eyes. Take the knee like this. So kind of grab it. And resist with your hand so that the knee doesn't move, but you want to, as if you want to take it to the floor, but you're not allowing it to happen. So lock it. Inhale. And as you exhale, drop. And take it to the other knee now. The same principle. So taking the knee up and down with resistance. Oh, I forgot to say that as you come down, you relax it completely. So as your knee moves up, there's resistance, resistance, resistance. As it moves down, resistance. And then at the final touch, there is complete relax, complete release. If you feel any pain, make the movement smaller or make any necessary adjustments to the pose. Pain is not an option here. And one more. And then again, grab your knee from under the knee, under the side, and create a lock. Inhale. And exhale, release. Straighten your legs forward, shake them out. Maybe fold forward a little bit if that makes your spine feel good. And then take your right foot into your left thigh and take a twist to your left. Maybe you have a block under your back hand so that you can lift up a little bit more. I really like having a block, but for everybody, of course, it feels different. Don't make it a huge twist, just a little bit, very gentle. Feel the breath going from the base of the spine all the way through the crown of your head. Notice what's happening with your legs. Are you tensing them or are they relaxed? And know that either way is fine. Just notice, just observe. And slowly release the hands and fold forward over your left leg. Just a very gentle fold. We will do all these folding and twisting exercises a little bit later in the practice when the body is a little more open so that you can see the difference. Notice it. And slowly come out and take your legs again in this position when your this time left leg is bent forward and right leg is bent back. And just start working at your own pace. Taking one knee, doesn't matter which one, up and down. Let's do 5 times. And then after the movement, after each movement, relax. Really drop give a very nice release to your legs. Really tune into the movement, tune into your body. Notice every minute action. And when you're done with 5 times, grab the knee from the side and get the lock. For just 1 breath, inhaling, and then as you exhale, drop and release. And take it to the other side. So this super gentle, very small movement, extremely important for our body. Sometimes, without even noticing it, we pay so much more attention to the big movements, to pushing, pulling, and we think that this is how we work out the body. But sometimes it's those little things that actually make a difference. And when you're done with 5 times, grab your knee from under and lock it for 1 breath, inhaling. And as you exhale, drop completely. Take your legs forward 1 more time. Again, do whatever you need. Stretch them out or shake them out. Maybe take a little forward bend. And then take your left foot into your right thigh. And twist to your right. Again, if you wish to use a block, go ahead. Like, to me, the block allows me to really come upright without straining my spine. But for you, it may be different. So remember, you don't have to do everything that I say. You consult with your body and determine whether it feels all right or it feels weird, uncomfortable, painful maybe, and make adjustments to my words according to how your body feels. And slowly release and fold over your right leg. Drop your head, relax the neck. And slowly come out. And take yourself onto your back. Your knees are going to be bent and the feet are flat on the floor. Your arms alongside your body. And we're going to flow a little bit here very slowly. On an inhale, you're going to lift your hips as much as you can and take your arms over your head. And as you exhale, slowly bring both your hips and your arms back to the floor. So go like this at your own rhythm of breathing, noticing how your body feels, allowing your spine to wake up gently. Very nice. And finish the movement that you're doing. Hug your knees into your chest. Maybe roll from side to side. And when you are ready, come to sit back up into a comfortable position. Take your time. Remember, there is no rush. Turn over one leg or the other and walk your hands a little bit forward, folding forward. And then if it feels comfortable, walk your hands all the way to the other side and fold forward. And slowly walk back to center. Take a breath here. And then come back up. And come to all fours. Knees under your hips. Your feet are also hip-width distance apart. Spread the fingers really wide. And press into the index finger and your thumb. Just like pay attention to that. That is not to say that the other fingers go off the floor, but usually we tend to lift those two, so really pay attention to those. And then start taking your cat-cows, inhaling forward, really open your heart. And as you exhale, round your back, tuck your chin in, and go at your own pace. As you inhale and your heart comes forward, really press your hands into the mat and kind of back, so pull the mat towards your midline. Notice if that opens up your heart a little more, if it helps you. And as you round your body, your spine, really press yourself off the floor with your knees and with your hands, and notice if it helps you lengthen a little better. Maybe take your hips from side to side, maybe your head from side to side. And slowly stretch back into your child's pose. Remember, in the child's pose, your knees can be together or apart, and your arms can be forward, they can be back. You can put them through your legs, or you can put your hands onto your lower back. And slowly come back to all fours. Come into your alignment once again, fingers widespread. Knees hip-width distance, feet hip-width distance. Very nice. And then take your right arm up, and your hand is going to be really soft. But lift out of your left shoulder and lift out of your hips when you find it. So don't sack in your lower back. So really flat lower back. And then if you feel like it, you can either straighten your left leg back and keep your toes on the floor, or take your leg off the floor and then just do a little wave. So your leg and your arm are soft. And just wave a little bit. Notice if you are sinking into your right hip, make sure you are strong there. And your left arm is strong. And slowly bring your hand and your knee back and stretch back into child's pose for a second. And when you're ready, come back to all fours and take it to the other side. So this time, left arm forward, right leg back. And remember, the leg can be on the floor or off the floor. And just find this wavy motion. Enjoy it. Notice what are you doing with your thoughts right now. And come back to the floor, stretch back into child's pose. Now walk your hands really far forward and tap your toes into the mat. Really stretch your arms. So it's kind of a downward facing dog, but completely with the legs on the floor. So in fact, it's called a puppy pose. So really stretch your back as if you were in downward facing dog. Maybe take your hips a little bit up over your knees and take your arms even further forward, dropping the head to the floor. If it feels good to you, see if you can put your chin to the floor. And slowly come back to all fours. And stretch back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet, doesn't matter, and fold forward. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, take your arms all the way up. Really stretch through the sides of your body. And as you exhale, take your hands to prayer. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Close your eyes. Drop your head towards your hands. Remember the intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. And remember our communal intention of self-discovery. Remind yourself to observe your body and your thoughts today as you move through the poses. Observe without judgment. Inhale, take your arms up, interlace your fingers, or if that doesn't feel good for your shoulders, then you can have your arms at a distance. That's perfectly fine. Wherever you are, drop your shoulders. Ground through your feet, so maybe take your toes off the floor and then slowly put them back down. And then inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, come to one side or the other, stretching through your arms and through your side body. Breathing, not holding the breath. And slowly come up and take it to the other side. Take the hips in the opposite direction, creating this curve in your body. Very nice. And slowly come back. Inhale up and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Step your feet together, and with your next inhale, drop your knees, bend your knees, drop your hips, and take your arms up into a chair pose. Again, drop your shoulders. Very beautiful. If you want to, you can play with it, sitting a little bit lower. Otherwise, just stay where you are, breathing. And fold forward. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, your arms up. And exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come into chair, bend your knees, drop your hips. If this is challenging to have your arms like this because your shoulders don't feel comfortable, you can always have your arms in cactus position. Take a couple of breaths, sitting a little bit lower. Very nice. And fold forward. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to prayer. Take your hands either like this at your back or like this, whatever feels better to you. And maybe step your feet a little bit hip-width distance apart to feel more grounded. And really find the grounding through your feet. So again, maybe you take the toes off the floor, noticing the 3 points of your foot. So the big toe mound, the little toe mound, and the heel. Squeeze the kneecaps up. Take the toes back to the floor. Engage your abs. Engage your pelvic floor a little bit. Not squeezing too much, just a very gentle engagement. And then for the back bend, start it just with taking your elbows closer and closer together. So your back bend starts not at the lower back, but in the upper back. And then just continue taking, opening your heart to whatever degree it is available. Maybe drop your head back if it feels good, or keep it forward. And slowly come back. Inhale, take your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, your arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Take your hands to your hips and keep your right foot forward and left foot back into Warrior Two. So remember to open up your hips. And to do that, you can actually take your hands to your thigh, rotate it a little bit, and that will physically rotate your hip a little bit more open. So you can do it with both thighs. Straighten the back leg, so squeeze the kneecap up on the back leg. Very nice, beautiful. And finally, pay attention to your front knee. Make sure that it's in line with your second toe. Take all the toes off the floor. We'll make it a little bit more challenging. Both feet. Find the 3 points and then slowly put the toes back, making sure that you're not leaning on the inner edge or the outer edge of your back foot. And finally, take your arms out, drop your shoulders, your gaze over your middle finger of the right hand. Very beautiful. Look at both arms, make sure that they are in line with one another. Take one more breath. And straighten your front leg. Turn the right palm up and come into reverse triangle. Stay there for a couple of breaths. Squeeze both kneecaps up. Pay attention to your feet. Make sure you're not leaning on one or the other edge. And slowly come back to center. Hinge at your hips. Both legs are still straight. And then drop your right hand for triangle pose. So now scan your body here from your feet all the way to your to the fingertips of your left hand. So notice, are you leaning on, like for me right now, for example, I am leaning on the outer edge of my back foot. So I want to make sure I spread the foot evenly on the floor. Maybe I lift my toes, reaffirming those 3 points of the foot, and then put them back. Squeezing the kneecap up, making sure that the knees are not hyperlocked, and opening up through the heart. And slowly come all the way up, and bend your knee back into Warrior Two. Inhale. And as you exhale, take your right forearm onto your thigh and take your left arm up. Again, open up through your heart and make sure your feet are still grounded really nicely. Make sure your front knee is opening up over your second toe. Everybody looks gorgeous. And slowly come back up, straighten your front leg, and turn your toes a little bit in. And fold forward. Maybe shake your head yes or no. If your knees are bent a little bit, that's fine. If they're straight, that's fine. Find what feels comfortable. Maybe walk your hands to your right foot, fold over your right foot, stretch nicely, and then walk your hands a little bit up and take a twist. Or rather, your left hand is on the leg and right arm comes up. And then when you feel ready, take it to the other side. Walk your hands to your left foot, First, folding over the legs, stretching nicely. And then keep your right hand down on your ankle or maybe on your knee, on your thigh. And take your left arm up. Slowly come back to center. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, hands to your hips. And inhale all the way up. Take your feet together and come to the top of your mat, shaking your legs out. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. And then hands onto your hips. This time, step your right foot back into Warrior Two on the side. So really today, pay attention. I mean, not that you don't pay attention always, but today pay special attention to your feet, to your legs, making sure that you have the right alignment, the safe alignment. Squeeze the kneecap of the back leg of your right leg up so that the leg is straight, and open up the left knee so that it's over your second toe. Very nice. Beautiful. Take your arms up and take a couple of breaths looking over your middle finger of the left hand. Keep the back leg straight. Very nice. Gina is a very fierce warrior. And straighten your both legs and come into reverse triangle. Very nice. So this time squeeze both kneecaps up and really stretch through your left side. Both legs are straight. You can come as far back as your body is allowing you to without hurting. And slowly come up and transition into your triangle. So hinge at the hip and take your hand down. Try to keep both legs straight. Very nice. Beautiful. Looks very beautiful. And slowly come up. Come back into Warrior Two. Again, check with all the alignment points. And then take your left forearm onto your thigh and your right arm up, opening the heart. Your gaze can be up, but only if it is okay with your neck. It can be forward, it can be down. One more breath. And come back to Warrior Two. Straighten both legs and keep your feet parallel and actually a little bit, the toes a little bit out. Bend your knees and make sure your knees are in line with your second toes. So you may need to adjust your stance. Maybe it's a little closer, maybe it's a little further apart. Make sure your knees are not closing in. Drop your tailbone down. Very nice. And then again, lift the toes. Find the 3 points of your both feet and take the toes back. Very great. And then we'll flow a little bit. Inhale, straighten the legs. Take your arms up, stretch through the side body. And then exhale, bend your knees, sit a little lower. And go at your own pace 5 more times. exploring the range of motion in this pose and checking in with your expectations. Can you let them go? Can you just enjoy this flow? And when you're done with your 5 times, step your feet back together and shake your legs out. And come to the top of your mat. Or actually go wherever you need to for the tree pose. So if you do it on your mat, great. Or if you need the help of a wall, go ahead. And I'm not going to guide it since you are now big experts in tree pose. And you do whatever you wish. If you want to play with it, you can try to take your gaze up or do a back bend. Take your time. And this is an excellent pose to explore your expectations. To explore your kindness to yourself. And just stay there however long you wish and take it to the other side whenever. Or maybe try it a couple of times. Just work at your pace. Very nice. This is really beautiful, guys. And whenever you're done, come back to the top of your mat and fold forward. Maybe swing your body from side to side if it feels good. Your arms can be hanging down, or maybe you want to take your elbows. Make sure you relax your head. Maybe shake it yes or no. And slowly come all the way up. And once again, take your hands into a prayer. Bow your head a little bit to your hands. Close your eyes and feel your body. Exploring the physical sensations that are present right now. And exploring your expectations of the physical sensations that should be present right now. Can you let it go? Can you just be here 100% without any judgment, without expecting anything, just flowing in the moment? Slowly open your eyes and take your arms up. Inhale, exhale, down. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, step back into plank pose. Remember, in plank, your knees can be down or your legs can be straight, but make sure that your shoulders are right over your hands. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. Very nice. And then everybody can take the knees down and slowly come all the way down to the floor. Take one hand on top of the other under your forehead. Relax for a moment. And then on your next inhale, take your shoulders, your hands, and your forehead off the floor, your chest off the floor. And as you exhale, come back down. And now activate your legs. Press the tops of the feet into the floor really strongly. Lift the kneecaps up. Activate your pelvic floor muscles. And do the same thing with that integration. So on your next inhale, take your head, your shoulders, your chest, your hands off the floor. And press your hands a little bit into your forehead to help yourself come up a little bit more. Take one breath here and exhale down. And now come onto your forearms for Sphinx pose. Remember to have your shoulders right over your elbows. Everybody has it perfectly. Very nice. And here also, like we did in all fours before, so when you do cat-cows, you kind of pull your hands towards your midline and allow that to open your chest a little bit more. You feel it? Cool. So open your heart and see if you can soften your heart at the same time. And then press the tops of the feet to the floor. Lift the kneecaps off the floor. So as you squeeze your kneecaps up, your knees lift automatically. And engage your pelvic floor muscles to protect your lower back. Your head can be down or up or back, whatever feels good. A couple more breaths. Opening and softening the heart. And slowly release. Take your arms into cactus shape and then draw your knee. So your leg is still on the floor. Draw your right knee, like this, perfect. And then turn your head to your right. This is just to neutralize your lower back. And take a little rest. Winding down. And slowly take it to the other side. Release your body. Allow it to be heavy. And come back to center. Maybe do windshield wipers with your legs if that feels good. And then one more time, stretch on your stomach. And we're going to do, oh, maybe you want to look at me at first. This is what we're going to do. The arms are going to be a little bit like this diagonally. And I don't know, maybe one arm is better to have like this. You play with it. And one leg is going to be maybe bent, maybe not. So it's all about your body, however you want to play with it. And so you're going to lift up to whatever degree you want. So maybe you kind of push into the foot. If you want to go all the way back, go ahead and do that. And then come back. So just kind of roll back and forth. You don't have to go all the way back, only if it feels good. You can open up completely, putting both shoulder blades on the floor. You didn't get it, or you cannot do it? Well, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And then take it to the other side. To me, it usually feels very good. I have a lot of tension in the shoulders. So to me, this opening is very nice. So just find the position. Maybe this position is not working, like for your legs or for your arms. Find what works. Make the movement feel nice. A couple more times on this side. And slowly come back. And this time roll onto your back. And we'll do the bridge pose one more time. This time your arms are going to go like this as your hips move up. The arms are going to go like this. If this is too much for your shoulders, you can for example bend your arms and do it this way. Whatever you feel is best for your body today. So connecting the movement of your hips with the movement of the arms, going back and forth. And one more time. And hug your knees into your chest. Open up your arms wide to the side and drop your knees to your right and maybe turn your head to your left. You don't have to turn your head to the left. You can look up, or you can even look to your right. It all depends on how your neck feels. Slowly come back to center and take it to the other side. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest one more time if it feels good. And then come in whatever Shavasana you want today. Restorative, regular. If you need any help or any advice on which shavasana to take, I'll be happy to assist. And as you sink into your relaxation, one more time, run a scan over your entire body, really feeling through all the physical sensations, accepting them all, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. And then notice your thoughts. And here too, accept them all, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. And if you would like to work with loving kindness meditation as you are in your shavasana today, I'll remind you the traditional script for this meditation. But please know that you can create your own words, or maybe you don't need words, maybe you just feel it. The point is to evoke the feeling of loving kindness in your heart. Loving kindness that expands over yourself and then extends into the world to all the people around you, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, and to all the sentient beings, again, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. So you can start with yourself, cultivating loving kindness for yourself. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I be happy, healthy, and free. Or if you would like to work with a particular person, sending the loving kindness energy to them, you can direct it to that person, whether pleasant, unpleasant, or somebody you hardly know. May they be filled with loving kindness. May they be well in body and mind. May they be happy, healthy, and free. Slowly start bringing your awareness into the present moment. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe take your head from side to side. Maybe stretch your arms over your head. Do whatever you need to do to wake up your body and your mind from the deep relaxation. Please take your time. Remember, there is no rush. Allow yourself as much time as you need to. And whenever you're ready, come into fetal pose and spend a couple of breaths there, and then eventually come into your comfortable seat. And when you find your comfortable seat, close your eyes, grow your spine tall, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the hands, relaxing your face, your forehead, your brow, your eyes, your jaw. And just stay here, centering for a couple of moments, connecting your body with your thoughts, with your emotions, piecing yourself together, and resolving to have yourself fully for the rest of your day. To make sure that your mind is always with your body. That you always are aware of what you're doing. Remembering to be kind to yourself during this process, because as everything else, it requires practice to stay present. Take your hands into a prayer in front of your heart. Remember the intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. Notice what happened to it. And let it go, or maybe reaffirm it to take with you for the rest of your day. And maybe you want to reaffirm our communal intention about the self-discovery of your practice. So take it off the mat and allow yourself to pay attention to what is happening moment by moment, physically, emotionally, and in your thoughts. And see if you can little by little drop your expectations, not only about your yoga poses on the mat, but about everything in your daily life. Bow your head towards your hands, and as always, thank yourself for your dedication and discipline. and for your generosity to choose your practice in a group setting, sharing your energy with each other. And I thank you very much for coming in this morning and sharing your practice with me and with each other. And thank you for allowing me to guide it. Namaste.